possible thunderstorm.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Justin. We now have an update on our breaking news this morning. A Greyhound bus has rolled over on Interstate 15 near Glendale, Nevada. That's near the Mawapa Indian Reservation. We know that at least 65 people are injured. News 13's Dave Malkoff is at the scene. Dave, what can you tell us? What is the scene like?
Well, it's chaotic out here. You see ambulances and helicopters taking off all the time. We just talked to a man who was just arriving on the scene when it happened. He was actually the first person to get here, and he was actually the one who actually called 911. I'm going to play you some sound from that man so you can hear what he saw when he arrived on the scene. This is exactly what we heard from him.
Yes, we called for help. We called 911. We were heading back to get onto the interstate. Looked over and saw the headlight looking up at us. So we jumped out and had two cell phones, called 911. Let 911 know what the major head accidents were. Had one lady was pregnant and water broke. 4 major head traumas, and bus driver stuck under the bus.
So it was a chaotic scene when he arrived on there. Right now, they have taken about 6 choppers back to UMC and 26 people by ground. There are no fatalities as of yet, but a lot of people are in bad shape. That's why they had to be taken to UMC by chopper.
Dave, are there still passengers at the scene?
Well, no, there may be a few, but they are actually either on their way to the ambulance or in the ambulance right now. We've just arrived on the scene, so I haven't been able to fully assess that as of now.
Have you seen the bus? Can you tell us what sort of condition that bus is in?
Yeah, the bus is actually on the southbound side of the road. It actually went completely off of I-15, and it fell over onto an embankment. The bus is in many pieces, and it is over on its side right now. I was just looking at it for a little bit, but I had to run back to the truck to play you that sound. It looks like a terrible, terrible accident, which it was. Right now, you can probably hear a helicopter in the background. This would be helicopter number 7 on its way to UMC. They have to get those people there fast because those people are in bad shape. The people who are in good to serious condition, they're taking them by ground. And as I was driving up here, you could see ambulance after ambulance passing us by.
And of course, those injured are being taken to hospitals throughout the valley. Another question for you there, Dave. Do you see any skid marks? Is there any indication of what may have caused this bus to go off the road?
Well, to see the skid marks, you would probably have to be on I-15 because the bus was coming down I-15. We are off to the side of the road right now because that is where the bus came in from. It's kind of like a frontage road that runs to the side of I-15. So we are not anywhere near there, but there is debris here, and you can see how the bus flipped several times. And you can see that there were people trapped inside the bus at one time.
All right, Dave, we will check back with you in a little bit. Thanks so much. Again, we have breaking news this morning. A Greyhound bus has crashed on I-15 near Glendale, Nevada, near the Mawapa Indian Reservation. Now, that bus originated in Green River, Utah. It was heading south when it crashed. News 13's Dave Malkoff is at the scene. He's there. He joins us now by phone. Dave, what is the scene like?
It's still chaotic. We've got some new information for you here. We know that the crash was caused because of driver error. He was going too fast on the off-ramp. He was coming off of here about mile marker 90 coming off. This is a normal Greyhound stop. He was going too fast on the off-ramp. He flipped over. There were 36 people on this bus, and 35 of them have been transported. You think, well, do the math. There's one person left. That one person is an 8 or 9-year-old boy who was on the bus, and amazingly, he is the only one who was not injured. Now, one of the first people to arrive, and this is how he described the scene. He was the first person here. This is what it was like was here. Hold on, here.
I walked down there. I thought it was ghost walking to the dust on everybody. It looked like just a ghost standing there with blood dripping off, and it looked like a horror movie. It was too late at night, and it was 3 o'clock this morning. It must have been surreal and scary. As I said, I had the flashlight. It looked like a horror scene. The light dust on all of them, everybody screaming and blood dripping. It was terrible.
It was a terrible scene, and they are still transporting people. They just took that little boy to the hospital just to check him out, but he was amazingly not injured, an 8 or 9-year-old boy.
And of course, a lot of other people critically injured, serious injuries, head injuries
Sure.
as well. Now, earlier you described this scene, and the bus, it is in pieces, you said?
The bus, the whole back end is blown out on the bus. It went off the off-ramp here and into a grassy area, so we've got a big chunk out of the bus. There's no telling how many people were in that area of the bus when it blew off. But 6 people are now in critical condition. They were taken by air to UMC, 26 people on the ground.
All right. Thank you, Dave Malkoff. We'll check in with you a little later on in the show.